establishments and hotels have been authorized to accept tourists. The DOT said they will implement a test before travel rule, requiring a negative RT-PCR test result 48 to 72 hours before traveling to Boracay. After taking the test, visitors are required to self-isolate while waiting for the result. Once results are come out, tourists will be asked to go to Aklan's website at aklan.gov.ph to fill out an online declaration form that will be submitted to touristboracay@gmail.com along with a copy of their RT-PCR result. Once verified, visitors will be received a QR pass code. It is used to take visitors just an hour to reach Boracay from Caticlan Airport. But because of health protocols and processes, another hour has been added to the total travel time. Visitors should also expect changes in the tourist scene. There will be no more crowded shores as beach parties are no longer allowed. Nightlife will be way quieter than usual as bars remain closed and drinking is still prohibited. Curfew hours will be implemented at 11 p.m. until 4 a.m. Swimming is allowed only in designated areas marked by flags from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Guests must wear face masks at all time, especially outside the resort. Shiki, right now they have already tourists here, but there are locals, majority coming from Western Visayas. But later this afternoon, the LGU expecting the arrival of tourists coming from GCQ or MGCQ areas, as Philippine Airlines announced to have a regular flight going here to Caticlan Airport. Shiki.
I think it's very important that you mentioned the curfew hours of 11 p.m. to 4 a.m. Now, we're just wondering, during these hours, absolutely no guests are allowed outside of their accommodations or their hotels for any reason whatsoever.
Yes, Chiki, because there's no reason for them to come out because establishments will be closed at around 11 p.m. and also hotels have also their protocols by 10 p.m. Their amenities, specifically the swimming pool and bar or the swimming pools and gym, are also be closed. Chiki.
I see. Thank you very much, Jenny Dongon. She's reporting live from Boracay. In light of Boracay's reopening, flights from Manila to Caticlan have resumed operations as of today. To give us an update on the situation on the ground, Greg Gregorio is reporting live from NAIA. Greg, how many airlines are offering flights to Caticlan today?
Chiki, air travel to Caticlan has indeed resumed starting today. However, only a few airlines have begun offering flights to the island as the carriers opt to gradually resume operation to the popular destination. According to the Manila International Airport Authority or MIAA, today's lone flight bound for Caticlan was at 6:21 a.m. via Cebu Pacific here in NAIA Terminal 3. We saw some passengers who were not headed to the island but simply flying back to their hometown in Caticlan after months of cancellation and rebooking. However, flights to Caticlan are still severely limited. Cebu Pacific is now operating thrice a week flights to Boracay, either via Caticlan or Calibo. While in an advisory, Philippine Airlines said they will have Fridays and Sundays flight schedule of Manila Caticlan Manila effective on October 4 until October 30. They also have this twice a week schedule of Manila Calibo Manila flights. AirAsia, on the other hand, will be operating Wednesdays and Fridays flights to and from Caticlan starting tomorrow and eventually Sunday flights to Caticlan starting October 11. The budget carrier is also holding a promotional seat sale for as low as 8 pesos one-way base fare to Caticlan if you will be booking until October 4. Travel dates will be between October 2 to June 30, 2021. A reminder though, every passenger to Boracay must secure necessary requirements. Chiki Airlines are also joining the Department of Tourism and reminding the public about the strict observance of minimum health protocols, even as tourism bubbles are being gradually opened across the country. Chiki?
Yes, understandable. We have just recently opened the tourism industry, so understandable, very understandable that flights are still limited as of the moment. Thank you, Greg. That was Greg Gregorio reporting live from NAIA. We'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Chicky Verhel. It's not just Boracay opening its doors to visitors from outside the area this week. The city of Pines is likewise preparing for the arrival of guests from nearby cities. To tell us how the summer capital of the Philippines is gearing up for October visitors, we have Romel Lopez reporting live from Baguio City.
Yes, Chigi, you're right. Baguio City is now ready to accept tourists starting today. And locals or those residents are the first people who get to experience the relaunching of Baguio City. Locals were the first to get reintroduced to the whole new Baguio experience, like riding boats and visiting Burnham Park's man-made lake. Starting today, tourists from Region 1 can enter the city provided they had signed up at the Baguio City Visita web portal. Owners of this bike for rents can't help but get excited, making sure his bikes are clean for customers and hoping to finally recoup from 6 months worth of foregone revenue. According to Baguio City Tourism Office, the weather here is at 18 degrees Celsius today. The city is expecting the first tourists from their online accreditation to arrive here tomorrow. A total of 94 hotels are now accredited to take guests. Hotels impose studios health safety protocols. Guest vehicles are subjected to disinfection upon entry. Regular body temperature checks are imposed to guests and they make sure to offer contactless check-in and payments as well. Acrylic barriers were set up for common areas in the hotel while social distancing is strictly observed all throughout, especially in the dining areas. But only 200 tourists will be allowed to enter the city all at the same time. Just to reiterate, only tourists from Region 1, which includes the provinces of Ilocos Sur and Norte, Pangasinan and La Union, will be allowed to enter the city. Other areas such as Metro Manila will have to wait. Local tourists, meanwhile, are apprehensive about knowing this that tourists from other city may pose risk for the transmission of the virus. Some can't help but fear the scenario, but others are supportive of the endeavors to benefit the city's economy. They just hope, Chicky, that the tourists will adhere to health protocols to safeguard the summer capital of the Philippines. Chicky?
Thank you for the meaty report, Romel Lopez. It seems like a lot of tourists are going to be going over to Baguio, especially with the good weather, 18 degrees. Thank you very much, Romel Lopez, reporting live from Baguio City. The no beep card, no ride policy along EDSA busway takes effect today. Let's get the latest on the ground with Gerard de la Peña reporting live from Main Avenue in Quezon City. Gerard, how are the commuters taking this new policy?
Well, Cheeky, commuters are having mixed sentiments regarding the government's directive that mandates the use of beep cards and paying for fares in this route. Well, some passengers find it just many other passengers find it too expensive. A new beep card costs 150 pesos, with a card costing 50 pesos, and the passengers can use the remaining 100 for their trips. But passengers are also complaining of overpriced cards, as some sellers sell the cards for 80 pesos without the load. The Department of Transportation will be asking AFPI, the company behind Beep Cards, to waive the cost of the card. The department said many workers are still reeling from the impact of the pandemic and that any additional cost would be a burden for them. Some passengers opted not to take the bus because of the requirement. The cards are valid for 4 years and can be purchased at all LRT and MRT stations, select convenience stores, and transport terminals. City road sector officials as well as those from the AFPI are slated to meet today to thresh out the details as well as to come up with an agreement regarding the agency's proposal. Vicky.
Yes, definitely. We're feeling the birth pains of going cashless. Thank you very much. That was Gerard de la Peña. For more updates, visit News 5, the Philippine Star, and Business World online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on the Signal Play app. Register for a free account now at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Chiki Verhel. We are One News.